My wife Janet and I were really excited because we already had an older child, and we were excited to have our second baby and have a little brother or little sister. We were living in our Beaverdale brick at the time and excited to be growing our family.
We were very happy and looking forward to celebrating all of life's milestones with the child. Just all the first time things of buying cribs and painting the room and getting it ready. It was very exciting for us.
So I was excited, I was nervous, knew we were gonna need a bigger house. So I would say excitement, had no idea what was about to come.
We first found out there was a problem. It was just, we were actually at dinner with our family, and Kate had just noticed some different feeling contractions and movements. And so we were honestly a little bit nonchalant about it.
Kerry was noticing not as much movement and really no movement at all. And after a lot of talking about it and starting to get worried, we called the doctor and they told us to go into the hospital and get checked out.
He said, I'm just gonna run in and just make sure everything's okay. I got a call and said, I think you need to come to the hospital. They couldn't find a heartbeat.
It's kind of an out-of-body experience. I can't explain it. I think she said something like they can't find the heartbeat. And I think I looked at Dr. Casper, I'm like, what do you mean you can't find the heartbeat?
And I knew immediately, it's one of those feelings that come over your body, something's not good. And at that point, I didn't know what that meant. I'm just okay, what do we need to do? Where are we going? She's like, you need to meet me at the hospital. It's not right. It was almost surreal in the fact that you're like, what's going on here? You don't expect it to happen. Everybody else is having these happy pregnancies and they're close to their due date and it changes in an instant.
I don't know what I was prepared for. You kind of know what to expect when you have a child. You don't know what to expect when you're in the hospital doing the same exact activity with the complete opposite result. It's unsettling. We didn't even take a camera down. We didn't know what to do. She's born, they swaddle her, they take her over to the table and they're cleaning her off, but there's no noise. The color's a little different.
We got to spend some time with her, and it was nice to be able to hold her and talk with her. And if Jan were sitting here, she'd say she looked just like me with dark curly hair. She did. She's just absolute sweetie.
I remember handing her to Tiffan for the first time, and she was just gorgeous. And at some point, as all flesh does, it starts to deteriorate a little bit. And she just wasn't, her color was getting more off than it already was. And I finally I said to Tiffan, I think it's time, I think we need to get her to the funeral home. Tiffan just looked up at me and she said, you're gonna have to pry her out of my arms. I can't do it, I can't let her go. And the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life was take Madeline out of her arms. There's not even a close second to it.
For me, I was 26 years old. I'm 45 now, so I'm a little bit older. Still the hardest 30 seconds of my life.
You hear people say, it happened for a reason. No one wants to hear that, no one. So that's almost a bad thing to say to somebody, it happened for a reason. There is no good reason for it. What was the other emotional part is no matter where we went to try to lift ourselves up, it seemed like we always ran into somebody with a baby. That was a really tough situation. We'd go to a restaurant, we'd go out to the mall, and there would be children everywhere, and it was just really tough.
We both had some anger issues with it. We were very fortunate. A lot of couples, this drives them apart. The things we hear and what we've seen in other couples is true. It either makes you a much stronger couple or you don't survive it. We had to find something to do, because if we didn't, then everything that we went through, everything that our family went through, then it truly was a horrendous experience that had no upside.
But knowing that it will get better, and there will be ways to make, positive out of Grace's life, and just kind of keep putting one foot forward.
To go through this as the father or a man it's different because you're very worried about your significant other. You're worried about the mom and trying to fix everything and take care of everything and maybe not try to show as much emotion while it's happening, although I clearly did. What I think needs to happen for the men going through this is giving them the knowledge that it's okay to grieve yourself, and you're not the one that's going to make everything better, and don't put aside your grief immediately to try and deal with all the other things. Reach out for help if it's not there, and express what's going on, not only to the mom, but to other people around you.
The really cool part of Count the Kicks, I think, is how it has changed how I view Madeline. If you and I were to meet on the street and you asked me how many kids I have, sometimes I will say I've had 3, or have 3. Other times I'll say I have 2 on earth, 1 in heaven. And if I say that, I'm in the mood to talk. And the normal reaction, even though I forget it's gonna happen, you're gonna say, oh, I'm so sorry. My next response is don't be. We celebrate Madeline. Without her, all of these lives that we've saved wouldn't have happened.
I did not see this expanding like it did. From how it started to just coffee and support for each other. The fact that they all came together as they did is really rare enough. And then to watch this grow so organically into what it has is really an amazing story, and it's awesome.
Look at the stepping stones that all these girls did for their daughters, for our daughter Jaden. Look where it's gone. Again, from just a local sitting around a coffee shop saying, we can make a difference. That just shows you it's grassroots. They make a difference.
It would be our goal that every mother out there is armed with the information that she needs to have a safe, healthy pregnancy, that she's talking with her doctor about counting the kicks during her pregnancy, and that ultimately everyone has a healthy birthday, has a happy outcome.
I think Grace would be proud. In fact, I know she's proud, and I think all of those girls are looking down on this, and they've got their part for sure.